Hi and welcome back. So in the last video, we created a product. I showed you how you can create a product on your Shopify store. In this video, I just want to give you some tips on how you can write your product descriptions. So the first thing in creating your product descriptions, you need to aim towards trust. That means that your product descriptions should elicit trust. And on top of trust, you should also aim to appear as an authority on the product that you're selling. So being an authority simply means that you know what you're selling, you're familiar with the product, and your customers can look up to you in terms of advice when they're buying that product. So those are the two key things that you need to aim for when you're writing your product descriptions. So let's just see some ways in which you can achieve trust and appear as an authority in your product descriptions. So most importantly, before you even start to write the product description, ensure that you have ample time to write the product descriptions. Because if you're in a hurry, you're going to do a shoddy job and you don't want your product descriptions to appear shoddy. So ensure you have enough time before you begin the process of coming up with the product descriptions. And when you're writing the product description, ensure that you grab attention. So the first thing, this grabbing attention, it's what you'll come across. Most people call it the hook. So you need to hook the customer as soon as they come in. An example of a hook is this. So I have this MailChimp course, and in the introduction video, what I did was I asked a question. Okay, so the question was, are you tired of paying people to do email marketing for you? If that's the case, then you're going to learn how to do your own email marketing using MailChimp. So that's something that you can consider a hook. Another example, in my current store that I'm working with, this is RAM Store 360. If I was writing a product description following these rules, I would start by saying that, is your computer slow? And have you checked your task manager to see that your computer memory is the cause of the sluggishness in your PC? If that's the case, then you'll need to buy additional RAM to add to your computer, or you'll need to buy a larger RAM to add to your computer. So that's something that you can consider a hook. So whatever you're selling, just ensure that you start by at least addressing a problem in form of a question. Another tip is based off of good copywriting skills. So good copywriting insists that you separate content using headings, and you also use bullet points. So instead of writing long paragraphs, people are not going to read that. You can just separate everything using bullet points and headings. You'll have to give information about the product, like how to use the product, any special settings that you need for the product, and all of this you can divide them using headings, and then you just give bullet points for the different points that you want to make about that product. So if you're saying how to take care of the product, just put them in form of bullet points. How to set up the product, put them in form of bullet points. And each of those different headings will help the user or the customer just go through the product and see that it aligns with what they're looking for. So separate items with headings and bullet points, like you just telling them that you'll just be telling them what the product is made of, what materials are used for making the product, how to take care of the product. These can be some of your headings. Like also you can add what the shipment contains. You need to tell them what will be contained, what will be included in your shipping, anything else that comes along with the product. Then you can list all that under bullet points. You can list all that under headings in form of bullet points instead of writing long paragraphs. No one is going to read long paragraphs. You can also use images to illustrate how the product is being used. Most people probably don't want to read, so they'll just want to go through the images and see how to use the product. Take different images for the product just so that they can get an idea of exactly how the product looks like and how it can be used. So make sure you use lightweight images. That's very important. You don't want your product page to load slow. If it loads slow, then it's probably going to rank low on search engines, because Google is very concerned about speed on your web pages. So if you're going to use images, make sure that they're lightweight images. There are various tools that you can use online to optimize your images. Just go to Google and search for image optimization. You'll find various tools that you can use. Of course, once you've written your description, you'll want to tell people to take an action, and you can actually do this call to action during the description. Within the description, you can do it many times. You don't have to do it once. Like once you've written a few descriptions about the product, you can say something like, buy it right now and you'll get it within a week. It will be shipped to you within the next 3 days. Buy it now before the stock runs out. There are only a few left in stock. So buy yours today and it will be shipped to you within the next 2 days. That is scarcity, telling them to buy now because the shipment is running low, and you can use that in your product descriptions. So telling the customer in the description that there is only a limited number of stock, that is scarcity, and you can also introduce scarcity using discount and time. So you can say something like, in the next 48 hours, the product will be discounted at this price. After that, the price goes up. So that's also a form of scarcity. And you can also show social proof in your product description. So social proof is just letting people know that they're not alone in using the product. You can show social proof using reviews and testimonials. So when you send out the product to your customers and they receive them successfully, you can ask them for testimonials, and you can just put those on your descriptions as well. And that will help people know that the product has been bought and used by other people, and it will work for them as well. Another way in which you can also show social proof is just by giving your own personal testimonials. This is why it's a good idea to sell products that you already use and products that you know and are familiar with. So you can just say that, yeah, let's say you're selling a computer mouse. You can say, this is the same mouse that I use every day and I love it. And if anyone in my family needs a mouse, this is the same mouse that I usually get for them. Maybe it's soap, and you're selling a certain kind of soap. You just tell them, yeah, I use the same soap. I have a sensitive skin, and this soap has been working well for me. And I know from my own personal experience, it's also going to work well for you. So that's showing social proof. And then just in summing up, make sure that you anticipate all your customers' questions and you answer them. So when you're answering these questions, make sure you divide them in headings and bullet points. Okay, so you anticipate the questions and you answer them, so that if someone is looking for this product and they see your description, they're going to buy it from you because you're the one who answered all their questions. You're the one who provided the most information that they needed to make their decision of purchasing that product. So just in brief, make sure you have enough time when you're creating the product description. Make sure you grab attention and use headings and bullet points. Use lightweight images to illustrate the product in real use. And then use scarcity in your call to actions. Show some social proof and ensure that you anticipate and answer all your customers' possible questions. In the end, this will help the customer make the decision to buy because they trust that you know what you're talking about when you're selling that product. They'll trust that you know about the product, and that's why they'll buy it from you, and they'll look at you as an authority. They will see you as an authority for that product. And if you're selling niche products, then they'll look at you as an authority in the niche if all your product descriptions are consistent and reliable. So that's pretty much it for this video. I will see you in the next video when we create a second product, and in the second product we're going to create a variation product. So I will see you in the next video.